You bite into something sweet today, and you barely notice it. But somewhere in your ancient past, that same taste stopped your ancestors in their tracks. Imagine a human being, tens of thousands of years ago, walking through a forest with nothing but hunger guiding them. They see fruit hanging from a branch. They don't know if it's food or poison. They don't know if it will kill them. They bite anyway, because starving slowly is worse than risking it. And then something happens that changes the course of human history. Their brain lights up like nothing else they've ever felt. That single bite of something sweet may have been one of the most important moments your species ever experienced. Not because it tasted good, because it told the brain something urgent. This is safe. This is energy. Eat as much as you can, right now, before it's gone. Sweetness isn't just a flavor, it's a survival signal, hardwired into you by millions of years of evolution. Your ancestors didn't have refrigerators. They didn't have grocery stores. They had a small window of time when fruit was ripe, and after that window closed, it was gone until the next season. The sweet taste meant calories. Calories meant survival through the next famine, the next winter, the next stretch of scarcity. Biologist Daniel Lieberman, who has spent decades studying human evolution at Harvard, has argued that the human body evolved for a world of scarcity, not abundance. Your ancestors weren't built to resist sugar. They were built to crave it, because craving it kept them alive. In a world where food could disappear overnight, the humans who felt an overwhelming pull toward anything sweet were the ones who survived long enough to pass that craving down to you. Think about that for a second. You didn't choose to love sugar. It was chosen for you, generation after generation, by every ancestor who lived one more season because they gorged on ripe fruit when they found it. But when did this actually begin? Nobody can point to one single bite in human history. The craving for sweetness likely predates humans entirely. Primatologists have observed that many primates, not just humans, actively seek out sugary fruit over other available food. Our shared ancestor with chimpanzees almost certainly already had this hunger written into its brain, long before anything resembling a modern human existed. That means the moment you're picturing, some early human tasting something sweet for the first time, probably never happened as a single dramatic event. It happened slowly, over millions of years, as one instinct after another was passed down. Every creature that lacked the drive toward sweetness quietly lost the evolutionary race. Every creature that felt it and acted on it won. Consider how your own taste buds actually work. You have specialized receptors on your tongue that exist for one reason: to detect sugar molecules almost instantly. Within a fraction of a second of something sweet touching your tongue, a signal races to your brain and triggers a flood of dopamine, the same chemical linked to reward and motivation. This isn't an accident of biology. It's a finely tuned alarm system, built over millions of years, designed to make sure you never walk past a source. Compare that to bitterness. Your body reacts to bitter tastes with suspicion, often spitting them out before you've even decided to. That's not a coincidence either. In nature, many poisonous plants taste bitter as a defense mechanism. Sweetness, on the other hand, almost always signals something safe to eat. Ripe fruit is sweet. Rotting or unripe fruit is not. Your ancestors, who could taste that difference in an instant, had a massive survival advantage over those who couldn't. For most of human history, sweetness was rare and hard to find. Wild honey was one of the few concentrated sources, and getting it meant risking painful stings from defending bees. Anthropologists studying modern hunter-gatherer societies, including groups like the Hadza in Tanzania, have documented how highly prized honey is among people who still live closer to how ancient humans once lived. Some Hadza men will climb tall trees, smoke out furious bees, and endure dozens of stings, all for a taste that most people today can get from a vending machine. Honey wasn't the only prize your ancestors chased. ripe fruit hanging just out of reach on a tall branch, wild berries hidden deep in thorny brush, tubers with a faint sweetness buried underground. Every one of these required effort, risk, or both. There was no easy sweetness in the ancient world. Everything sweet had to be earned, climbed for, dug up, or fought off a swarm of bees to get. That effort mattered. It shaped which humans survived and which didn't. The ones willing to take the risk, willing to climb the tree or brave the sting, were often the ones who made it through lean seasons when other food sources ran dry. Over enough generations, that willingness became instinct. You didn't inherit patience for sugar. You inherited urgency. Why would anyone risk that much pain for a small amount of food? Because for nearly all of human history, that sting was worth it. A few mouthfuls of honey could provide more concentrated energy than hours of foraging for anything else in the wild. The math made sense to a body built for scarcity, even if it sounds irrational to a body surrounded by abundance. Here's where the story takes a strange turn.